Welcome back. We are in for an instant ramen feast here. Few housekeeping items today. If this is your first time here, thank you. If you haven't, please subscribe, like. I appreciate all the feedback. If you've already subscribed, hit the bell icon so you can get alerted when new videos get uploaded. When I started doing this, I really didn't care if anybody even watched these videos. I've just loved making them for myself. But as I've been publishing them and I'm getting comments and interaction, I'm finding that I love learning new things about new foods and new cultures. So please comment, please share your stories. I love learning about new things. And that leads me into today. So as I've been reviewing several of the noodles that I found in my local grocery store, a couple of things. Two people reached out to me. Number one, John in Thailand reached out to me. I think I was reviewing, I don't know which specific one, but it was this brand, Mama Noodles. And he said, dude, that's an amazing find. These are all over Thailand. We use them all the time. In fact, there's a very popular salad called Yum Mama that we make here in Thailand. I want you to make it. He sent me the recipe. I made it over the weekend and it was absolutely amazing and delicious. I will link up that recipe in the description if you want to take a look at that. Super easy to make, a super delicious, refreshing Thai salad with these instant noodles. That led me into the second item that I wanted to bring up before we got into today's review. Was another friend of mine reached out, Tommy in Indonesia, and said, will you please review some Indonesian instant noodles? I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen any in my local grocery store, but I'm going to my local Asian market this weekend because I need some Thai chilies for my Thai chili Yum Mama salad. And I'll take a look and see if I can find any Indonesian instant noodles while I'm there. Well, not only did I find some Indonesian instant noodles, I found a whole bunch of noodles I had never seen before in my local grocery store. There were even more than this. I just grabbed what I could hold in my hand. I grabbed a bunch of the different noodles that I saw there that I hadn't seen before. So we have several weeks of exploring a lot of different noodles from Japan, from China, from Indonesia, from Thailand. So I'm super excited to expand my experience here with the instant noodles. So thank you for bearing with me on the housekeeping items today. We are reviewing one of the last bottom shelf instant noodles that I found at my local grocery store. It is the Sapporo Ichiban beef Japanese style noodles. Again, these were hidden away on the bottom shelf. I had to really crouch down to find these on the store shelf, but super excited to give them a try. I believe it's only a single packet of the flavor broth mix and the instant noodles. I'm gonna run inside, make these up. It's a 3-minute cook time, and I will be right back and we will talk about how delicious hopefully these noodles are. Alright, we've got our Sapporo Ichiban beef noodles prepared, and yes, this is a single packet soup base and the instant noodles. While I was inside, I grabbed a couple others. I think if you're comparison shopping, the Maruchan and the Top Ramen are probably something that you would think of as similar. You've got the noodle and the single soup base mix in. These are more ubiquitous. I think these are kind of middle of the shelf varieties. Most people, I think in this area, when you think of ramen, Top Ramen, this is what you're thinking of, is probably one of these two brands. So I think this is probably, in comparison, kind of what you would be thinking of. This definitely has, in addition to the beef soup base, there's little bits of scallion and other things in there in the mix that were dehydrated. You probably can't pick up that on the camera, but there's definitely some sorts of dehydrated vegetables that were in the mix. Try not to get my hair in the ramen. So the noodle flavor-wise is very similar to the Top Ramen noodle, but the quality of the noodle is better here. It's not as soggy. It has a bit more body to it and just a nicer mouthfeel compared to the Maruchan or the Top Ramen brands. I haven't tried the broth yet, but just the noodle quality, even though the flavor is fairly similar, the noodle quality is quite a bit better. It's a good noodle. I'm having a hard time not thinking ahead to all these amazing flavors and brands that I have out in front of me, so I'll try to focus on this and try the broth. Super hot. The broth is really nice. So this is beef. It's got a little bit of kind of oil you can see on the surface. It just has a more natural beef flavor compared to the other brands in the category. Definitely tastes just beefier and less artificial beef flavor to it. So I definitely like the broth. And apparently I like the noodles too. It's very good. I don't know if it'll say anything interesting. So the base is soy sauce powder, sugar, caramel color, garlic powder, cornstarch, spices. Interesting. So onion powder. There are, so I thought it was scallions. It says that the green pieces are leek chips, but this is interesting. It says chicken broth powder, chicken broth flavor. Maybe this is just a generic bag for all of their varieties, but it also says beef stock powder. That would be, I don't know, maybe odd if that's really what's contained in there, that this is both chicken base and beef base, but it's labeled as beef. If anyone knows if that's just a generic packaging or if this beef has both beef and chicken in it, I don't know. Anyway, good noodle, good find, bottom shelf, cheap, comparable to the other brands. Again, I would purchase this over your standard brands. It's definitely a higher quality instant noodle. But man, I'm excited to give these a try. So we have several weeks in front of us of some really fun noodles. If you have varieties that you don't see here that you think I should pick up, I now have this amazing Asian market that I have access to, that there's lots of things that I want to try. But even so, if I can pick it up off of Amazon or somewhere else, hit me up with your suggestions, and let's keep this going. I'm loving experiencing all of these different foods and cultures with instant noodles. So thank you for joining. Subscribe, like, comment. Have an amazing day.